I guess I'm gonna have to start again. Let's go back over here. All right, because I'm making a video, I can trim all of this off. All right, so I want to talk about fourth marking period because it's a little bit tricky in terms of explaining really what I would like you to do. So you can take advantage of this as much as possible. Yesterday was the deadline for the hard due dates for these two assignments that the word posted a long time ago. The deadlines, the deadline was May 11th, but they've been here for a while. I mean, you guys did not have a lot of work to do. So what is it that we want to do for the rest of the marking period? And so I'm asking you to come over here and give me some ideas in which way you're going to be using your time productively and mostly for your own benefit. So as you can see, you are graded on this. I want you to tell me what it is that you want to do in these few weeks. I think it's 4 to 5 weeks left over of school. So my idea is the following, and you can read this, and if this is not clear, just pay attention to what I'm going to say now. Right down here, there's a lot of materials. We have over here graph theory, and there's a lot of resources in here. Then you have the project that this is actually going on live in multiple colleges. Princeton University has one thing very similar to this, but there are a lot of other colleges that they're running constantly a project that is very similar to this. And if you get involved into the material that's in here, you can read about it. Once you look at over here, there are more things that you might want to look into in terms of choices. You don't have to do all of this. That would be crazy to think of that. So you have something called minimum spanning trees. This has a lot of applications. I don't have enough time to tell you how many applications this can be used for. And as you can see, there is not a lot of information here, a lot of work, whatever you want to call it. But you can explore this and explore it into the final project. Shortest path is another one of those things in which you probably had heard, I don't know, some like the salesman problem, in which is looking for the shortest path. I mean, there is a lot about this. And you can find a lot of material for the project. So you study this, you prepare this, and then you come up with a final project. So if you pick, let's say you pick shortest path, then there is a couple of things that you have to fill in, because I didn't put all the stuff that I wanted over here. It's not a lot. It's just something to help you understand what this is about better. And then you do that, and then just start working on the final project. Let's say that you want to do it based on this material. Strings is something that some students find it very, very interesting. There's a lot of stuff in here, including regular expressions and data compression. Data compression is a big thing. And if you choose to do this for fourth marking period material, then you want to do a project with this, you're going to have to figure out a narrow path to follow this, because it is very extensive, very wide, very exciting, and very interesting. Of course, there is seam carbon. Seam carbon already has a full project, and it will be kind of the idea behind what you did in the percolation project, with other things, more stuff in it. And I mean, there is more stuff in here, but I will stop talking right now because I want to go back to graph theory. if I was a student in this class, the logical progression to move on to would be graph theory. Graph theory is the base grounds for a lot of other things. So my suggestion would be to actually work on graph theory. And definitely you could use WordNet as your final project, because WordNet right now is something that is very alive out there in research, and not just research, in analytical places like financial, weather. I don't know, you can name, like I said, I cannot stop mentioning things that I could talk about. So the shortcut to the end of this year, fourth working period, and final, straightforward, without too much complications, is to focus on graph theory and finishing up the final project with WordNet. And if you do that, if you choose that direction, I think you will have a nice completion of this class. I had trimmed out a lot of stuff, and so I think you can do it. If you have any questions, come to me. But the important thing for me, especially because I'm putting grades up right now as we speak on the other computer, is that I need to know this. You have to give me an idea of what you're doing. If you don't put an idea over here of what you're doing, I'm going to start putting grades on graph theory. Just to give you a heads up, because that will be the natural progression of this class. So if you don't come up with something, this is what I'm going to be grading you on. If you want to customize the next few weeks in school, you have that option. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to put this as a recording, so I'm going to put this out there for you to look at it. For some students who were maybe stranded a little bit, these could make a difference in your final grade for the class. So if you can think of it as a gateway to fix some of the issues that you might have had this year in this class in the past, this could technically pave a smooth path and forget a lot of things that happened in the past. So think about it. It's very doable. And there are a lot of resources, and I think I put resources from other videos also. Plus, I mean, the amount of videos on graph theory on YouTube is infinite, if that's possible, but it's close to it. All right, that's it for now.